I'm here to share my story. I'm here to share my timeline. I'm here to share how I got noticed by Charity Water and their founder, Scott Harrison. I'm here to share the value that I've provided to Charity Water over the last 15 plus months and how I won't stop providing that type of value to Charity Water's organization and their mission until we solve the global water crisis in our lifetime. Finally, I'm here to share how I was able to schedule a one-on-one breakfast with Scott Harrison that's going to happen later this year. My name's Trevor, and I believe water changes everything. I want to be a part of the solution to our global water crisis by helping Charity Water achieve its mission of providing everyone in the world with clean water in our lifetime. So for the rest of my life, career-wise, I only care about two things. As I just mentioned, I want to help Charity Water achieve its mission of providing everyone in the world with clean water in our lifetime. My only other goal that I have career-wise is to inspire, support, and help as many other people possible share their birthday missions each year as it becomes the new normal over the next decade. So let's dive into how the last 30 or so months have shaped me into the person I am today with those two big, hairy, audacious goals. It all started in April of 2017. One of my best friends, Bryce, he shared Charity Water's 20-minute documentary with me. It moved me to tears. If you've never seen The Spring, the Charity Water story, stop listening to me and Google or YouTube the video and their story right now. Charity Water, their story and their mission is the reason I've done everything that I've done and everything I'm about to share since watching that video in April of 2017. For those that have seen their video and know about Charity Water's story, let's continue. Later that month, I shared the same exact video with Gabby, who was so inspired as well that she donated her birthday to Charity Water. Her birthday's in May. I shared the video in April, so she donated on the spot. She ended up raising $300 for clean water, and I became even more inspired after seeing this birthday movement in action for the first time in my life. I also became that much more attracted to Gabby. I had a major crush on her before sharing the Charity Water video with her, and soon after, a few weeks after her birthday, we officially started dating in 2017. Now fast forward to 2018. I donated my birthday in January to Charity Water, and I ended up raising close to $600. But the way in which I raised the money was what was really, really different. I didn't ask for any money from anyone. I simply created a video of me drinking clean water, and it went viral within my personal network, getting 15,000 plus views and 130 shares. Here's that 60-second video.
Hi there, my name's Trevor Marks, and I'm on top of my building out in Scottsdale, Arizona. I work for a startup company called Open Door. As you can see, we've got a pretty cool background of Camelback Mountain there. So I'm starting the My Birthday, Your Birthday challenge today. I turn 27 years old tomorrow. I'm donating $27 to the My Birthday, Your Birthday challenge. What is it, you ask? Let me tell you. So what it is, it's going to mirror what the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge did back in 2014. All you need to do is pick your favorite mug, cup, or glass, fill it up with water. Please, feel free to tell everybody why it's your favorite mug, cup, or glass. And for me, Open Door is changing the world of real estate. I love it. I absolutely love it. I also met my girlfriend Gabby on my first day of work last year. Go ahead and then drink that clean water, because not everybody has that basic need that we need to live. And as I said, donate your age in dollars. When a lot of people give a little, we can do some amazing things. And lastly, I challenge you to join.
In short, I became obsessed with this simple idea of everyone donating their age in dollars to a single campaign. Hypothetically, if everyone donated their age in dollars over the course of a year to a single clean water campaign, and this is just in the United States, then that campaign would raise over $12 billion for clean water for people in need. Now, I know you'll never get everyone to support the same campaign for something like this, But the reality in life and in this example is when a lot of people give a little, we can truly move mountains for one another. Now, the day after I shared my video on my birthday, others started to follow my lead. From January through March, close to 20 people created their own videos of themselves drinking clean water just like me. They shared their videos on Facebook to raise awareness and money for clean water too. The only major constraint in this case was that each person's birthday was spread out throughout the year. And with so much noise on social media, people that shared my video to support me on my birthday forgot when their birthday rolled around. So this idea and this challenge didn't have the same foundation as something like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge, where you nominate people and they have 24 hours to react and accept. But what was beautiful about this constraint was that instead of challenging people like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge did, which was a fad for a couple of months, and a very, very successful fad that definitely did a ton of good for ALS. I want to add that it did a ton of good. I wanted to do something bigger. I wanted to inspire people. I didn't want to challenge them. So in the next couple months, the idea evolved quite a bit as more and more people gave me feedback. Instead of raising money just for clean water, the idea grew to asking people what their birthday missions were for that year. That's a lot more inspiring than challenging someone to donate their age in dollars and to drink water from a cup or a mug. And in May, my friend Adam was the first person to officially share his birthday mission with me for a Canadian charity in Ontario to help those who are blind. He donated his age in dollars too. Then my buddy Steven followed the movement as well. Steve donated his birthday to the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation. Here's the video he shared that has had over 1,000 views.
Good afternoon and happy birthday to me. It's my birthday. Today is my birthday. And in honor of my birthday and my birthday, your birthday mission, I would like to donate my birthday to mental health. Mental health is something that I struggle with as of recent in the past years and do currently struggle with on a daily basis. So instead of taking a sip of water for charity water, I'm going to take my pill. So I struggle with anxiety and depression, and I know there can be some stigma behind mental health, but I'm standing here today on my 27th birthday to say that it's a part of who I am. It's me, and you shouldn't be ashamed of it. So I want to raise awareness to the BBRF Foundation, or the Brain and Behavior Research Foundation, which provides grants to better research mental health and educate the general public. Happy birthday, everyone else who was born on May 22nd, and have an amazing day, because I am. So stay healthy, stay happy. What's your birthday mission?
After Steve shared this video, I decided that this was it. So in June of 2018, I quit my 6-figure job at Open Door to do the Your Birthday Mission full time. I made sure to wear my Water Changes Everything shirt on my last day of work, and also made sure to document why I was quitting my high-paying job at Open Door in the first place. Your hint for why I quit is circled in red. Now, my colleagues and friends, they even created a goodbye video for me. I was touched, and I was definitely going to miss them. The video is 5 minutes long, so we're not going to watch it now, but a lot of my friends wished me luck with this birthday, charity, water project that I left my 6-figure job at Open Door for. I know a lot of them thought I was crazy then, maybe some of them still do now, but I didn't care. I knew that this was what I wanted to do. And in June, I created a couple of videos that Steven, who you just saw, he helped me edit. At the start of July of 2018, I started sharing these series of videos to try and inspire my Facebook friends to donate their birthdays to a cause or charity they care about leading up to their birthdays. I've now done this religiously every single day for the past 15 months. And these videos, they've helped create my case study, which I've documented and shared in an entirely different video, and the framework for what I've been building behind the scenes with Matt and H2 Ventures that I'll get to a little bit later in this story. So to give you a bit more context, I shared this video on the left with my friends 3 weeks before their birthdays. Here it is.
Yo, 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 what's your story? It's almost your birthday. We know it's not just like any other day. We gonna listen to what you gotta say. We wanna know your birthday mission, so don't go away. Alright, I'm done though. My career as a rapper is officially over. But I do want to make you laugh, get your attention, and be the first to wish you a happy birthday this year. I also wanted to invite you to share your birthday mission on your big day this year. So my goal is to inspire you and so many others to share a cause or a charity that you care about on your birthday this year. Can't wait to hear your story. What's your birthday mission?
And then I shared this video with them 1 week before their big day.
Hey, you! Yeah, you! Facebook tells me your birthday's only a week away, and I wanted to be the first person to wish you a happy birthday this year. Happy birthday! So I want to know your birthday mission this year. Back in January, I donated my birthday to a charity I'm incredibly passionate about. It's called Charity Water. I want to know what cause or charity you're passionate about, and I want to be the first person to donate to your campaign this year. I know I'm a week early, but I wanted to wish you a happy early birthday, and please let me know how I can share your birthday mission this year on your birthday.
Now, the results of sharing these videos have been amazing, but I'm not going to go into all those details right now. I just want to continue to share my story and my timeline. And in July, I also found an old document that I wrote as a senior in high school, answering questions about who my best friends were, what my favorite classes were, what moment I remember the most, and where I thought I'd be in 10 years if I had to guess. And I can't make this stuff up. As you can read, I wrote somewhere warm, and I'm currently living in Arizona. I've been here for the past 3 years. But traveling the US or world, talking to kids and groups of people about something like H2O for life. After freaking out that I really wrote this down 9 years prior, I remembered seeing a presentation from H2O for Life's organization as a senior in high school about the global water crisis. It obviously inspired me enough as an 18-year-old to write that down back in 2009. I knew I was on the right path. This confirmed it. In August of 2018, I was then invited by Charity Water to be one of roughly 400 people at the time to be a part of Thirst's launch team. Thirst was Scott Harrison's book about his life and how he came across the water crisis as a photographer doing volunteer work in Africa in the first place. 100% of all Scott's author proceeds help fund clean water projects from his book Thirst. And I was lucky enough to be chosen as one of 25 people to receive Scott's book Thirst before it was available to the rest of the public in October. Notice the date I posted the picture, or notice that it says uncorrected proof, not for sale, on the cover. At this point, I honestly felt like I was working for Charity Water, even though I've never been hired by them. The book was amazing. I finished reading Thirst within a day of me receiving it, and I was so inspired by Scott's book that in September of 2018, I bought Thirst for 20 of my friends who wanted it as well. I did a poll on Instagram, and these were all the people who wanted the book, so I bought it for them. Adam, Amy, Bryce, Eugene, Emily, Francesca, Gabby, Hannah, Lolly, Marlo, Mary, Amy, Matt, my mom, Nick, Kenji, that's Amy's dog, Phil, Nick, Monica, Rex, my sister who wouldn't take a picture of herself holding the book, my brother Tyler, and my friend Victoria. Now, I'm transitioning a bit as I share about my story going to dinner with one of Charity Water's well members, Gary V. Well members like Gary make it possible for Charity Water to provide 100% of people's donations to the actual clean water projects. And in November, I had this insane idea related to wearing Gary Vaynerchuk's face on my shirt when I met him for dinner later that month. It's safe to say that I did not do that. My girlfriend Gabby talked me off that ledge. I'm sure Gary would have been really creeped out too. It's not like I'm a teenage girl seeing the Jonas Brothers. I'm a 27-year-old adult man that was going to sit down at a VIP dinner with him. So instead of Gary's face on my shirt at that dinner, I decided to wear my Water Changes Everything shirt from Charity Water instead. Much safer in terms of Gary's reaction when he sees me, and it also aligns with my mission and part of the reason I paid for that VIP dinner in the first place. Here are a few pictures of me and Gary from dinner that night. But what's great is that I took Gary's advice about documenting, and this is sort of when I really got serious about it. My best friend Steven, who you've now met through this presentation, he helped me create this short video wearing the Gary shirt before I went to dinner with Gary that night. It was a much safer approach. And I wanted to share this now as I prepare to share what I've done throughout 2019 shortly and how it relates to why I decided to do this in the first place as well. Here's this quick video.
For my birthday mission, I'm opening doors for people who don't have access to clean water through Charity Water. What's your birthday mission, Gary?
Now, Steven also helped me answer both Scott and Gary's question from 2016 about what the next scalable version of the birthday thing could be. Here it is.
How do we inspire people for the next decade so that instead of just a drive-by, hey, I saw this podcast, that's cool, 100%, I'll give
What's the next
$100.
scalable version of the birthday thing?
What if the answer to both Gary and Scott's questions was another question for people to answer?
Yeah, Gary, what's your birthday mission this year? Now, Steven helped me put together that video before I had dinner with Gary that night in November. And finally, I also want to make note that I was featured in Gary's Daily V episode 514 from that private dinner as well. Now, I know it may seem like I'm jumping around a bit, but this is the chronological timeline of my story. So just stick with me. I promise it'll all make sense soon. The weekend after having dinner with Gary, I met Matt Hurley for the first time at Paul's bachelor party. Paul's one of my best friends from childhood and from high school as well. That's both me and Paul, and that's Matt. Now, I'll get to why meeting Matt is important shortly. Again, just stick with me here. This is chronological order. The other significant thing that happened at Paul's bachelor party, aside from meeting Matt, was Paul's reaction when we all gave him his bachelor party shirts with his face on them. He was ecstatic. Here's what he shared on Instagram. I'll let you gaze over it for a few more seconds. Now, I'm rewinding the clock back to June of 2017 to connect all these dots. I played on an intramural basketball team with some of my friends in Arizona, and they all jokingly surprised me by making me our team's mascot. They picked a picture of me when I had really long hair and a really dirty mustache. I guess I liked that 70s porn star look earlier in my life. But this photo, it was one of my most liked photos on Facebook in 2017. Over 200 people loved it. And honestly, I didn't mind the attention, the jokes, and my face being on the shirt. I thought it was kind of cool. I had this similar idea to try and make Gary feel humbled in the same way I was by my friends. But I also realized there is a time and a place for something like that. Maybe not at a first impression or as a first impression at a VIP dinner. So as you know, I backed off. And as I said, Paul loved being acknowledged and thought of when he was on the shirts that he made for his bachelor party too. So these three different experiences had me thinking. So I started brainstorming what I could possibly do as we were getting ready for 2019. That's when it hit me. I decided to do 2019 differently than anybody had ever done before. I decided to do a year-long campaign that was inspired by my experience and my feelings of being on my intramural team shirts in 2017, the expression I saw and witnessed of Paul when we all put on our shirts with his face on them for his big weekend at his bachelor party, and my attempt, or idea at least, to try and make Gary feel special upon meeting him too. So as I shared what I decided to do in 2019, I want to emphasize that my viral video of drinking clean water had both failed and evolved. And it was really top of mind for me when I started designing this year-long campaign that I wanted to do. This video failed in the sense that it did not become a real movement. But I did see that people were inspired to participate, just like past challenges that did become movements, like the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. It also evolved because it became bigger than just water. It became an invitation to share your birthday mission each year. So I decided I wanted to take the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge two biggest motivators for participating. Those two motivators for participation were because of social pressures and social dynamics of other people participating on social media and dumping water on their heads, and that there was some level of urgency by having a theoretical 24-hour deadline. People want to belong, people want to give back, and people want to do good. The ALS Ice Bucket Challenge and these incredible numbers and statistics are proof of that. And I wanted to give people a reason to want to participate, just like Ellen DeGeneres and Kim Kardashian did here for the ALS Ice Bucket Challenge. So I made sure I tackled the 24-hour piece of what I was working on to spur a future movement over the next decade. And I want to be clear, this is not a challenge, it is an invitation. So I committed to wearing a different influencer on my shirt every single day, every 24 hours throughout 2019. And the significance about each person on my shirt on any particular day was because it was that person's birthday. I wanted to make 365 different influencers feel special and exclusive at the end of 2019 as we prepared for a new decade of giving going into 2020. On the shirts, I also wanted to publicly invite each person to share his or her birthday mission with me and with the rest of the world in 2020 as well. So next year in 2020, I want to represent and support 365 different charities from these 365 different influencers. I want to make positivity louder in our noisy world by sharing the causes that matter to them, just like the Ellen Fund in this completely hypothetical example. So, in the middle of December last year, I chose the influencers that I'd have on my shirts in January, and I bought some shirts. I'll share what the past 9 months of my life in 2019 have looked like in just a bit. Hang tight. But before I dive into 2019, it's worth noting that in December, I also attended a 2-day launch camp through SeedSpot, and I came in first place. I won the Impact Award amongst 20 other people in different businesses that attended the 2-day camp. 2019 had officially arrived. The first weekend of 2019, I found myself in North Carolina for Paul's wedding. There, I ended up reconnecting with Matt Hurley. Remember Matt from November at Paul's bachelor party? Now, on January 4th, Matt, who is not pictured here, he asked me why Chris Bryant was on my shirt. And I told him what I was doing throughout 2019, and more importantly, what the larger vision of the Your Birthday Mission was. Little did I know that Matt had his own venture fund and was in the process of becoming the youngest owner in the history of NASCAR. Matt has forever changed my life because he ultimately took a chance on me and invested in my idea to help make it a reality. And I'll forever be grateful for Paul and Marielle for getting married when they did and for inviting Matt to their wedding too, because without Matt, there'd be no chance that I'd be as far as I am right now with everything that Matt and his team at H2 have helped build and helped me work on behind the scenes. I promise I will never forget Bradley Cooper's birthday. And if I'm thanking Paul, then I absolutely 100% have to thank my parents. Without my parents better understanding my vision, listening to both me and Matt, and believing in me by taking a chance on me and supporting me too, I would not be in this position either. Ashton Eaton will always have a special place in my heart as well. Finally, on February 15th, 2019, I officially began working with Matt Hurley and H2 Ventures. On Gary Clark Jr.'s birthday, both Matt and my parents officially invested in me. In this picture, I was down in Florida at H2's office. Now, for the sake of time, I'm not going to explain what I'm doing or where I'm at in each of these photos right now, but I do want to acknowledge and share a bit more of my story. As I've mentioned, I've intently, strategically, and religiously worn a different shirt with a different influencer on each shirt every single day in 2019 so far, and I'll continue this throughout October, November, and December as well. The significance with me wearing each shirt is that each day the person on my shirt is celebrating his or her birthday somewhere in the world. On each shirt, it also says my birthday mission in 2020 is, so for next year in 2020, I'm going to wear the shirt of a charity that each influencer cares about, wants to support, and chooses for their birthday mission on their birthday. For every single day, I've documented what I've done on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Snapchat, and on YouTube as well. I'm going to just continue shuffling through some of these photos to get to the end and let you see just some of these images over the course of the year. And Scott Harrison, here we go. Let's go back. Scott Harrison, the pioneer of birthday giving, was one of the last influencers represented on my shirt as I was putting together some of these presentations to share more of my story. Now, a couple of months ago in July, I created 2 brand new videos to share with my friends as their birthdays approach this year and as I continue inspiring people to share their birthday missions in 2020 and beyond. I'm always the first to support and donate to each and every friend and their respective charity when they choose their birthday mission. Since you saw the 2018 videos earlier, and since these videos have a similar message, I'll let you watch these 2 videos at another time if you'd like. From February through September of 2019, since I officially began working with Matt, we've finalized and built the Your Birthday Missions Foundation, our platform's wireframes, our flow diagram, and all of the necessary user interface images with Matt Hurley and his team at H2 Ventures. So this is one teaser image I feel comfortable sharing at this time with whoever's viewing this video. And I am so insanely proud of all the work that I've put into what we're building with the Your Birthday Mission, but I'm also so proud with how I've consistently showed my dedication to supporting Charity Water over the last 15 months. I constantly think to myself, what would Charity Water do? I know that Scott and other leaders at Charity Water have taken notice to what I've been working on, and I hope this presentation and story better connects the dots and answers any major lingering questions. From June 2018, when I quit Open Door, until now, let's get rid of that. From June 2018, when I quit Open Door, until now in September of 2019, I've religiously supported, advocated for, and in Gary's words, jabbed at Charity Water. And guess what? It's paid off. Today, on September 18th, 2019, after roughly 15 months of jabbing towards Scott and Charity Water, I've finally scheduled a one-on-one hour-long breakfast later this year in December with Scott to share more of my story and how I plan to help Charity Water over the next decade and beyond until everyone in the world has clean water in our lifetime, while simultaneously inspiring people to share their birthday missions each year by inviting companies to support their people in a way they actually want to be remembered as it becomes the new normal over the next decade. My Charity Water story is just getting started. Stay tuned.